Hello everyone, it's your boy Muse, and today we are going to talk about who is the must pull of 3.5. We're going to dive right into this, starting with Hissilence. Alright, now listen to me here. I'm going to be honest with you. Dot has been such a neglected damage type that I honestly want to say is not worth going after Hissilence. They're going to give you this nice tease of Dot and then ignore it again. Alright? In fact, my prediction is that 4.0 is going to be break meta again, because the characters that we've gotten in Amphorius feel like a repeat of 1.x characters, except some of them have fused. Maybe I'll talk about that later if anyone cares. But as of right now, if you're going after Hissilence, it's because you have a Dot team already, so I will say it is a coverage pull, okay? You already have a Dot team, you already have Acheron, you might as well go for Hissilence. Next we have Cedra. Now Cedra is a Harmony, and yes, there are people who have that sentiment that you should pull for every single Harmony character, but Cedra is very niche. She only cares about people with skills, alright? She only wants to repeat skills damage. With that kind of niche, I would have to say, once again, she is coverage. I would put her over Hissilence because there are characters you can use her with who have skills damage, and she would be perfect for it. But she's still very niche. I'd rather go in a more general direction. Next, we have Kafka. Now, honestly, I would not be pulling for Kafka in the big 2025. Alright, I don't care that she's been upgraded. You should only be going after Eidolons when it comes to Kafka. And if you have a Kafka that you miss, please pull on Hissilence and go ahead and let Kafka breathe again. Or you can do a weird Kafka comp where she teams up with Fei Xiao, because Kafka technically does have a follow-up attack. Next, we have Silverwolf. Now, Silverwolf has been revived slightly by our boy Archer here. So I will say, Eidolons. Do not pull Silverwolf unless you already have her, okay? And when it comes to Eidolons, I would say don't even go past E1. E1 gives her some energy so she can be an alt spammer. That's great. But honestly, a lot of her Eidolons are dated. I wouldn't suggest it. Especially since Cypher is out there. What are you doing? Please, just go after Cypher. She's better. And that is 3.5. Now, here's my thing, right? I kind of want to create a separate video on this, but I feel like this video will have more eyes. I feel like 3.5 should have been a triple banner rerun, because with these four alone, it kind of feels like a dead patch. Now, luckily, we do have Saber and Archer to make up for things, right? But you already know my feelings on Saber and Archer. I will say Saber feels like the best pull as of right now, only because Archer is free. But Saber is like an erudition unit in a destruction body. But she is coverage. If you need the wind coverage, if you need the erudition-like damage, go for Saber. As for Archer, Archer was free. I would say Eidolons, except not really. It would be better if you got Eidolons on his supports, because his Eidolons, especially if you have Sparkle, it doesn't make any sense. Ooh, I get 2 SP on my third shot. I don't care, I have Sparkle. Ooh, on my E2, I get 20 Quantum Res down alongside an Implant. Who cares? He's a single damage unit. Oh, and it's on Ultimate. So you're telling me you're charging up your ultimate, and you implant one weakness? Stop it. Go somewhere else. I cannot say to go after Archer's Eidolons. Just keep the free version of him and upgrade his supports. Next, we have the people we are still dealing with right now. Should you continue to pull on them? To be honest, when it comes to Firefly, if you have her under E2, you might as well pull for her. Especially if you're not going after any of the two new units, or you don't plan on E6ing your Saber or something, or going after Saber or going after her weapon. Right now, Firefly is still a decent pull, and it's just my speculation. Alright, it is literally just my speculation because of pattern recognition. I feel like 4.x is going to be the repeat of 2.x, right? Now, by saying that, you could say that we might get a little bit of dot coverage in 4.x. Maybe. But guess what? They're going to get left out again. Don't do it to yourself, everybody. Don't do it. Next, she's a brick! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's no point. She's a brick. Alright? Why are you going after Jingliu? I don't care what kind of upgrades they did to her. It wasn't enough. If you're gonna go after Jingliu, you might as well just get a casterist. Next is Blade, and the only reason Blade is a brick is because you could just lose the 50-50 to Blade. Why are you wasting your gems? Just wish for anybody else. Even I just got Fu Xuan recently. Just wish for anybody else. And in fact, if the thing about March is true, I might put Blade on my 50-50 losses. Actually, it still wouldn't make sense if the other thing about March is true. Alright, so, as you can see here, people, 3.5 does not have a must pull or a valid pull. Because Cedra, yes, Harmony, but very niche. Hissilence, yes, DPS, but guess what? She's dot. I don't trust Honkai Star Rail when it comes to dots. Yes, Saber is pretty powerful, but she's here for a long time. Well, she's here for an indefinite amount of time, and my thing about DPSs are, unless they are the Finan, Acheron, Firefly types, and even then I would just put them in valid. Most times DPSs are just good coverage picks, okay? You can pick any DPS you want and build around them. Like I said, Firefly under E2, heck, E3 for anyone who really wants to take it there. Firefly for anyone under E2 is a good Eidolon pull. And don't pull for Kafka unless you really want Eidolons. I would not suggest Silverwolf at all unless you already have her. And if you really want that E1, I guess, I told you about Archer, just Eidolon up his supports. It makes no sense to go after his Eidolons. The only reason he's here is because he's not a brick. And the only reason most of these people are here is because they're not bricks. Like, heck, Silverwolf is useful, especially since Archer entered the meta. And then Kafka is useful because Hissilence is going to bring her right up. So, I won't put them in brick. But these two, they're bricks. Thanks for watching, everybody. I don't get too many visitors, so I appreciate the people who show up. Good night.
See you later, too.